Hello, Prinny here, back with another video. Today, I'm going to be pulling for Clara, Clara. Um, Clara is a character that's not necessarily a must pull, but she does add something I feel unique to the team. Um, she's a defender with improved blocking ability, um, very similar to Lila, Layla, that which I don't have. I skipped on her because there's a lot of good units at that time. And coincidentally, I happen to have like all the Union units except for Tina and her, and part of me just wants to keep that going until I eventually get Tina off banner, and then we'll have them all. But her probably her most important ability is the ability to give allies nearby shield, both passively, and I think she has a couple active skills that do it. Given both physical and magic shield. Currently, the only way to give magic shield is with Karis, which I have been able to use successfully in certain maps. But Karis, you can't keep the shield up all the time. Even with her new unique ascension, it's helpful for her game plan, but you still have downtime on her shield. You probably did that because her shield also gives immunity to bound effects, which is also pretty unique. I mean, if you want to have it up all the time, you can give support with like Coco, the Convallaria flag, possibly Akambe. I don't have much experience with him, but I do know that he has a skill that reduces the cooldown by one. And of course, um, Crescenda, which I just recently got. Um, so if you're using Crescenda, you're probably gonna on like a Papal team, you're probably gonna use her cooldown refresh on SP Sam. Let's go ahead and so anyways, I'm thinking that I would go at least to my first 50-50. 75 more summons. I did a YOLO pull on Shams, a character that is good, but I feel like didn't really need. And as I mentioned before, I'd like to try to be above 50k, but of course I'm pulling for a character that I want, so I don't. I'm not going to take this to hard pity because I rely a lot on getting characters for my collection off banner. Game's pretty generous about that, not having many banner exclusive characters, just so far collab characters, which are one and done, with no anticipation of them ever being on banner again. Okay. Now, I was thinking about Clara's character, and she's kind of, despite being like a tank, her personality seems a little um, foolish. Now, of course, the Fool card, I don't know my tarot cards, you know, so, um, and part of fortune telling, as I understand it, is like a lot of it is just can apply for anyone, so you can be like, oh, well, she's a fool, but also fools are adventurous, and she's a drifter too, so maybe that makes sense. So I'm just gonna pull it. Whoops. Try again. What other things could represent her? He's kind of a gladiator, though. I wouldn't know. I tried Chariot with um, chance and didn't get it. Uh, she seems unfortunate. Definitely an unlucky character. So maybe we'll go with I think Towers. Consider unfortunate. I got the devil. Okay, she does as a guardian. She does protect other people. That's more of a characteristic of her class than her personality. I haven't finished the new um, mode yet. Spiral of Destiny. So there may be some characteristics of her that I don't know. Kind of like Fool, just in a general. It's not looking good. I don't really want to go to soft pity, but let's see. There's another Indian character coming out, and I feel like I'd rather have Clara than her if I had to skip one. I'll probably, since this isn't going so, I'll probably skip her. Of strength. Where are we at? Okay. Going to the pity won't deplete me, so too badly. I still have a decent chunk to go for porting a character like Shanaz or the Bard. I want to mispronounce his name, but not filling too many of the cards. Okay, Fool for some reason doesn't even want to give me any epics. Oops. Chariot. So now we're down to 5, I think. Yeah, so okay, so this one Should be her. I like my tower idea. Yes, it should be her, but it should be a legendary. Guzman. Oh, that happens sometimes. Sometimes you go to pity and get the wrong character. Whatever, I'll do one more 10 pull. Sometimes I'll get the wrong character and then suddenly get a 10 pull after. But this is seriously the last pull. Nope. Not getting hurt today. Oh, the Guzman star up. Makes sense, I think I only got one copy. Oh, I've gotten 2 copies of him so far. So I managed to get him. 3 stars of just of course he doesn't actually gain much from starring up. Just when he dies he comes his during his down state he becomes a little bit better. 4 stars when he gets something kinda unique. Where he has toughness, but then he gets a boost to his attack. It's funny that even at 5 stars he still takes a decreased defense in his corpse state. His unique ascension is kind of interesting that it has a passive taunt effect to one of his abilities. I think it's Life's Devouring. During the preparation turn, he becomes like gets the taunted, which unlike the taunted you get for Levada, not Levada, Pamina, uh, where it's a bound effect you have to land on the enemy. This just affects um, the AI, where normally they target their counter rolls. They'll instead target the character with that effect if they can. Originally start off as a debuff that certain undying um, element soldiers have had, and then they gave it to him as part of his unique ascension. Um, but since it only lasts for like 1 turn out of 5, it wasn't too useful. But I saw that with SP Agatha, which was announced for the CN version, she got that effect, and I believe she can use it more often. So even though Guzman got an interesting effect, unless you're prepared to team him up with someone who can reduce his cooldown, or just able to use it, save it for precise turns, it's hard to take advantage of it. I was thinking of taking a look at the Expedition Shop. They came out with some new ones. I remember looking at the stuff when it first was announced for CN. While some of them are pretty useful, they're not necessarily best in slot. Or at least, even if they are, they're not that much better than the other options. So this one increases magic attack, increases shield value gained by the character by 20%. So this one goes up to like 18% if you have 60% shield of HP. Not sure how well um, this will improve her shield value to get that 12%. Presumably it's possible since they said it like that. But compared to the staff that just increases damage based on hitting multiple allies, it's hard to say if this one would be worth it. 15 Feathers is one that I thought was pretty bad. Increases healing effect. Um, which is fairly unique for a bow, but there's not many healing units that can heal with a bow, and Homa um, would use her healing incidentally, and I also don't like where it boosts the damage based on if the target has blind, because while she can give units blind, a lot of enemies that you want to try to do a bunch of damage to would be immune, and I think it's just better to have the flat boost for um, close combat. Bow, melee crossbow, pretty big boost to damage. This one's like probably a pretty decent one for Osna if you like to use her. She's a seeker with base 3 movement, which makes her pretty slow. They wanted to bounce it out since she was the first seeker mage with range dedicated based mainly on range attacks. Then later characters like Nydia, while she has a base 3, she also has with her trait increase her range, and she has one skill that also increases her move. So she can be pretty mobile compared to Asna. That's when having liberation. So just one stack is enough to improve crit damage. But at the same time, there is that staff that you can give her that increases her range. So you're trading a range of single target attacks when she has full HP, so you're trading one range for one movement. So it's probably not too important. One's for barrel. This one specifically for her because you have to when it activates when you use her skill. But I guess it's a pretty good one for the rally response. Um, I'd have to compare it to other staffs that give magic attack, because only being useful to whatever. This was one that I was thinking about getting. I decided against. This is, I believe, from the initial set. I'll have to think more if I want to take any of those. I do have a lot of saved up. Let's see, each of these are ones I could. That would be 450, so I could get one or two of them. But I'm also saving for a possibility to spend it on these badges. Sure, if they give a really good skill to multiple characters, badge gets added to the shop. Or have they been added? I don't know if they've been added in the new badges. Yeah, they have been. Another character that needs startup. Probably 35 star. That's pretty good. So they are just common units, so it's not too surprising. Common and elite. Okay, so if you want to get the full rally response, you have to take it to 3. Don't have the resources just yet. Still working my way through that. Of course, I could use the they have it where you can get a character up right away by using the gems that give you extra uses, like you but I'm not in a rush. Okay. Well, I hope this video was interesting, even though we didn't manage to get the Clara. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.